The decline of the middle class is not something that has happened all of a sudden. Rather, there has been a relentless grinding down of the middle class over the last several decades. Millions of our jobs have been shipped overseas. The rate of inflation has far outpaced the rate at which our wages have grown. An overwhelming debt has choked the financial life out of millions of American families. Every single day, more Americans fall out of the middle class and into poverty. In fact, more Americans fell into poverty last year than has ever been recorded before. The number of middle-class jobs in middle-class neighborhoods continues to decline at a staggering pace. In this video, we will talk about 30 signs that show the middle class is dying right in front of our eyes. But before that, please like, subscribe, and click the bell button for the latest economic updates. Now let's get started. Number 1. The median net worth of households headed by someone 65 or older is currently around $521,200, while the median net worth of households headed by someone 35 or younger is a pitiful $30,900. This means that the net worth of households headed by boomers is over 37 times greater than the net worth of households headed by millennials and younger generations. In 1984, the median net worth of households headed by someone 65 or older was 10 times larger than the median net worth of households headed by someone 35 or younger. Number 2. Sadly, this list could go on and on because there are numerous other statistics that demonstrate the rapid decline of the U.S. middle class. In the U.S. today, the 400 richest people have more wealth than the bottom 90% of the population combined. According to economists, the U.S. economy has been rapidly contracting over the past few years, and a perfect storm of circumstances is threatening to cause even more trouble in 2022. Number 3. Only 35% of American households are owned by the middle class, and another 30% of middle-class workers are completely priced out of the market. Despite the fact that the total value of residential real estate in the United States increased by $5.8 trillion in 2021 to a total of $141 trillion. Number 4. Today, 70% of jobs pay less than $35,000 per year and don't support middle-class lifestyles. Number 5. Forbes estimates that 42.5 million Americans, or 13.4% of the country's population, are living below the poverty line and that at least 131 million have experienced some form of financial insecurity since 2020. Number 6. Currently, 1 in 6 American children live in poverty, which translates to approximately 11.9 million impoverished children nationwide, and over 15 million Americans aged 65 and older, or 1 in 3, are financially insecure. Number 7. Only 69.9% of young adults in America between the ages of 24 and 29 and 54.4% of those between the ages of 16 and 24 are currently employed, respectively. 73% of jobs are low paid. Number 8. Since 2021, average worker wages have increased by 4.2%. However, inflation has increased by 7.5%, meaning that over the past year, average worker earnings have decreased by 3.3%. Number 9. Approximately 73% of American businesses will struggle to add more employees in 2022, according to Career Builder. Number 10. In Ohio, the city of Dayton has lost more than 15.3% of its population since the year 2000, and many formerly great manufacturing cities are becoming ghost towns. For example, in just the last 2 years, the population of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, has decreased by 302,971 people. Number 11. Consumer debt in the United States was $430 billion in 1970. Today, it is $15.6 trillion, a new all-time high. Number 12. The number of federal tax laws and regulations has grown by 18% since 1913, and the wealthy can hire attorneys and accountants to find tax evasion strategies. The majority of middle-class people do not enjoy the same privileges. Number 13. 3.3 million Americans, a new all-time high, fell into poverty over the past 24 months. Of these, at least 45% are now living in extreme poverty. Number 14. Prior to the health crisis, the same family's poverty line was $26,172, with the estimated amount of money needed for a family of 4 to get by standing at $58,000. In 1963, the poverty line was defined as an income of $3,128. Number 15. Over 443 businesses declared bankruptcy between 2008 and 2020. Number 16. Since 1980, the percentage of low-income jobs in the United States has increased from less than 30% to almost 50%, with 46% of all workers between the ages of 18 and 64 currently working in low-wage jobs. Number 17. A majority of Americans are having financial difficulty. In the United States, the median usual weekly wage for a full-time worker in 2020 was $705. And 48 cents after taxes, but nearly half of all Americans made $500 or less per week. Number 18. Food costs are escalating out of control. The cost of beef has increased by 23% in the past year, while the cost of eggs has increased by 12.5%. Compared to a year ago, the cost of poultry has increased by 10.4%. Number 19. For the past 10 years, the cost of electricity in the United States has increased faster than the general rate of inflation. However, over the past year, electricity prices increased nationwide by an average of 20%. Number 20. Gas prices reached last week, which was the highest point in 8 years. Number 21. The rate of inflation in the United States today would be close to 15% if it were measured exactly the same way as it was in 1980. Number 22. 47 million American workers will leave their jobs in 2021. Currently, the U.S. workforce is still lacking about 10 million workers, with 67% of job openings being for low-paying positions. This phenomenon is known as the Great Resignation. Number 23. According to the most recent data, the total amount of student loan debt in the United States has surpassed the $1 trillion mark and is currently at $1.6 trillion. Currently, 42.3 million middle-class Americans owe money on student loans. Number 24. The demand for food stamps increased by 25% in the last year. Number 25. At the moment, nearly 42 million Americans are in need of food assistance. Number 26. More than 38 million Americans, including 12 million children, are food insecure, according to the USDA. Number 27. According to NAR, there is currently a shortage of 400,000 affordable homes for potential middle-class home buyers, with only one listing available for every 65 households. Number 28. According to a study by the Pew Research Center, while middle-class incomes increased by 6 over the previous 6 years, upper-income households gained 9 over that same period. As a result, the middle class in America is steadily losing ground to these families. Number 29. In 1970, upper-class households had median incomes that were 2.2 times higher than those of middle-class households. Today, that ratio is 7.3 times higher. Number 30. In America, there are currently 262 million people of working age, but only about 161 million of them are employed, yielding a participation rate of only 61.1%. If you have a good job, try your hardest to keep it. Get a job as soon as you can if you don't already have one. Jobs will become very precious in the years ahead. However, make every effort to reduce your reliance on the system. Most people can find side hustle income opportunities. It most certainly will reduce your television time. You wouldn't want to be left with no money if you ever lost your job. The American middle class will be able to support fewer people as time goes on because the U.S. economy is currently dying slowly. So, what's your takeaway from this video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you found this video thrilling, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.